And in this chapter, we are going to talk about the function declaration. It shows a demonstration that this is a eat hamburgers functions, which has a string and name, and we will talk about the memory later. And we have the uint and also the amount for the integer. And this function is named eat hamburger, and which has two parameters that we just talk about. Look, the function is public, the visibility is public, and we are also providing the function about where the name variable should be stored in memory, and this is required for all the reference types such as array, struct, mapping, and strings. So this part is talking about what is value and what is reference type, and if we refer, and this is better to talk about this with JavaScript, and I searched this article about for the JavaScript, we have the value, the primitive type, and the reference type. The primitive type is the Boolean, null, undefined, string, and numbers, and the other three data types are reference, such as array, functions, and also the object. So each give an example of what happened for the value and reference type. So I just skip to these. We have x and y. X is 10 and y is ABC, and a is x, so you should know that a is equal to 10 and this is y. When you console log the example, console log the xyab, it also has 10, and b is equal to y, so y is also equal to abc. But after that, we change to a is equal to 5 and b is equal to df, and if we go to show display the abcd, it will turn out the ab, the xy do not change, even ab added the change. The ab is still equal to, the AB is equal to 5 and DEF, and XY still keeping the same, which is 10 and ABC. However, for the reference type, for example, this has the two array. One is the reference, which already has the array with one element, and which is equal to 1. And the reference copy is equal to reference. So you can imagine that the reference copy is also an array with 1. But the difference is they do not have their values, their own values. They just point to the address, and the address has the object, which is an array object of 1. So if the reference dot push, so one of the variables push another element, so now the reference is equal to an array of 1, 2. However, since the reference type is referred to the address, so even we do not change the reference copy, it also turns out that the reference copy is also 1, 2, and this is the same array as the reference. So this is the difference between the value and reference type. And so now we can back to the crypto zombie. So now it also said for the conventions, we will start with the parameter variable name, and just like this with underscore, so which can differentiate them from the global variable, just like this one. So now we will not see it. This is DNA digits, and also in the function also type DNA digits. So for the function, you should type underscore DNA digits. So now we can differentiate them from the global variables. And now if you want to execute the functions, we can just call the name, eat hamburgers, and put the name and also the amount. So the return eat 100 hamburgers. So now we are going to put to the test, and we are going to create a public functions called create zombie, and it should take two parameters. One is the name and the other is the DNA. And don't forget to pass the first argument by using the memory keyword. So now we are going to copy these functions and paste to here. But now this time the function name is createZombie. And the name, we already has the name. And the other is DNA. So we replace the amount with DNA. And this is public, and which is open curly bracket and close the curly bracket. So now we can check the answer. And so we can go to the next chapter.